Guys, welcome back to Toasted. I'm your host Gabe, and we're making Birria Tacos. Let's get do this. Alright, so first we're going to start with our marinade. Normally, this calls for rehydrated ancho peppers. Well, I couldn't find any, so I got the next best thing, and I got chipotle sauce, which has guajillo peppers and the ancho peppers in it. So we're going to go with chipotle sauce. Next, you need whole chipotles in adobo. You're going to need about a half a cup of crushed tomatoes. I'm going to use a quarter cup of red wine vinegar. You need about 5 cloves of garlic, about a half teaspoon of dry oregano, quarter teaspoon of paprika, and a half teaspoon of cumin. The meat you're going to use is just a normal chuck roast, and you're going to add salt and pepper to it. For the stew, once the meat is done, you're going to add a diced whole onion, quarter chicken stock, a couple bay leaves, 5 cloves, and about 1 cinnamon stick. Okay, let's get started on our marinade. Now, before we do our marinade, you know the drill. There you go, better working, sir. Let's add everything in for our marinade. First, our chipotle sauce. Next, our chipotles. Next, a quarter cup of the vinegar. Next, a half cup of crushed tomatoes. Next, we're gonna add our oregano. We're gonna add our 5 cloves of garlic. Next, we're gonna add our cumin. Okay, it's all blended together. Now let's add this to our meat. Okay, now we're gonna add our marinade to our meat. Let's get a nice deep pan for it and our meat. All right, now we're gonna use the same technique I've used before. Wet hand, dry hand, or dry hand, wet hand. I think we're gonna go wet hand, dry hand. Salt. Okay, now while still using my wet hand and my dry hand, we're gonna add our marinade. This smells really yummy. Okay, now we're gonna mix this all around. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands. We're gonna cover this. We're gonna leave it in the fridge overnight, and then we'll get back to it tomorrow. See you then. All right, so our meat has sat overnight. Let's check on it. Beautiful. So we're gonna scrape this out into a crock pot because I don't have a pressure cooker. And we're going to start making our stew for it. So, I got my crock pot. Let's start combining everything. So, first things first, we need to slice our onion. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on low so that the onions can get going while we throw everything together. Next, we're going to add our meat. Scrape in all that goodness. Add 1 cinnamon stick. 2 bay leaves. About 5 whole cloves. Next, we're gonna add our chicken stock. Okay, we have everything in there. We're gonna put a lid on it, and we're gonna let this go for about 4 to 6 hours, or until you can shred it. Keep that on low. See you in 4 to 6 hours. All right, so it's been about 6 hours, and this house smells amazing. And let's see how we did. Man, that smells amazing, and it's tender, and it looks delicious. Wow, just absolutely, ooh, back it up. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now that our beef is done, we're gonna shred it, and then we're going to do our taco shells and put the taco shells on the flat top. So let's shred this and let's make our tacos. So we got our griddle going. We're gonna wait for that to get hot, and then we're gonna get started on our shells. So I actually filled up a little bit bowl full of the stew, so that way we're not making a big mess and we're not getting juice everywhere. All right, so our flat top's nice and hot. Let's do our shells. Done like so. Right onto the flat top. So you only need to let these go for about a minute until they form a nice crust on the outside. Alright, so we got our taco shells. Put our shredded beef on. If you want, get a little bit of the onions that you sliced with it as well. Doesn't hurt. Okay, let's add some queso fresco. Alright, and lastly, let's add some cilantro. Look at those. I must say, I outdid myself. Alright, let's go over the table and see how they taste. So another thing they do at restaurants is they get a little bit of the stew and pour it in a bowl to dip it in. Ooh, buddy. Look at those. Look at those. Let's see how we did. Let's try it first without, then we'll try it with. Cheers. Wow. Wow. I've heard a lot about these tacos, and I've always wanted to try them, but these are delicious. It's got some heat. It's tender. It's flavorful. It's delicious. I'm gonna eat more of these. Wow. That's probably one of the best tacos I've had in a really long time. All right, let's try one with the juice. Oh my gosh. That's even better. Wow. This stew is just, it's everything cooked in it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think the stew definitely, the stew definitely adds a whole nother level of flavor. This is fantastic. Highly recommended. All right, well, there you have it. Birria Tacos. Absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended. Ooh, still spicy. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Also, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can be notified of future videos. And follow me at Toasted Officially on Instagram and Facebook. And on that note, peace out, guys.